Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new standards of excellence.
Yes.
Say yes to engaging reportage with a difference.
Yes.
Introducing Yes International Magazine. The time to say yes to your dreams and aspirations is here.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of our Instagram live session. My name, like I always say, has not changed. My name remains Azuh, Arinze. And my guest this night is Barrister Monday Onyekachi Ubani, Head of Chambers, Ubani and Co. Born on July 27, 1964. Our rights activist, social commentator, and philanthropist is from Ikuano, local government area of Abia State. He attended the popular University of Nigeria, Nsukka, as well as the Nigerian Law School. A former chairman of the Ikeja branch of the Nigerian Bar Association, past vice president, Nigerian Bar Association, MOU, like he is popularly called and addressed, is married to his jewel of inestimable value, Faustina, and they are blessed with 4 beautiful children, 3 boys and 1 girl. Friends, fans, followers, join me as I welcome to tonight's Instagram live session, Barrister Monday Onyekachi Ubani. Please remember to follow us on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is the YesNG TV. THEYESNG TV. So Barrister Lawyer, like I call him, you're welcome. So nice to have you.
Thank you, Azuh Arinze, my brother, the publisher.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thank you very much. So nice to have you. So nice to have you.
It's my pleasure.
All right. Now, my first question will be, why do lawyers enjoy addressing themselves as learned? As if all the other people are not learned or they didn't go to school. Why do lawyers enjoy addressing themselves as learned?
Yes, thank you very much. To be candid, that is one of the reasons why I had to go and read law. I was... Yes, what happened was that I was studying political science in University of Nigeria, Nsukka.
Okay.
And so I went to Enugu campus, for a party, and then some of those law students were bragging about, calling themselves learned. I told them, look, what did you score in order for you to be in this university? And they were telling me, they will score even 260. And meanwhile, I scored over 290. They say if you are too intelligent, why didn't you, if you have the boldness, why didn't you apply to be a lawyer? You applied to go to political science department because you wouldn't have met up the requirement and all that. I was totally flabbergasted with that assertion, and I felt that these guys, I am going to come over to read. If one of the reasons again that I had to go and change to law. I not only changed to law, I lost 2 solid years from the university. Yes, because I already studied political science in 1983. I also studied political science 1984, 2 solid years. My next step was to enter into 3rd year to study political science. But I had to change. I moved over to Enugu campus to start from year 1 in 1985. I lost 2 solid years. Yes, all in a bid to be a lawyer. So when lawyers say they are learned, so I wanted to know what makes them learned. And funny enough, when when I entered into the course, the law subject is not as interesting as political science. You know, in political science, you're allowed to have your own idea. You can be a Marxist. You can be a right wing. You can reason. The most important thing is that your reasoning must lead you somewhere. That's how you can score, high mark. But in law, it's about precedent. If a decision has already been reached by the Supreme Court, no matter how intelligent and brilliant you are, you cannot change the decision of the court. It's as the court pleases. So you must write in accordance. Yeah, you must write as what they have decided. It's called stare decisis. It has already been decided. You can't change it. And so I found out that law was not as exciting, not as interesting as political science. I still have, maybe I'm going to do a PhD in political science, later in my life, So I now discover why lawyers actually call themselves learned. To be specific, to answer your question, in law, you virtually delve into many subjects in life because law covers all aspects of life. Like you go to hospital for medical treatment, if in the process of treating you and you are treated negligently and you die in the process, it's a lawyer that will prosecute prosecute the medical doctor. He's also a lawyer that will sue the medical doctor on your behalf in order to say that there is issue of negligence in the treatment that was meted out to the dead client. Now, if you don't have knowledge of medicine, one way or the other, you may end up not prosecuting the case successfully. So that will make you to enter into medicine to really know where the doctor erred, by way of negligence when he was treating that particular patient. So a lawyer must know a bit of medicine, a lawyer must know a bit of environmental situation, a lawyer must know a bit about economics, a lawyer must know a bit of virtually every subject. And so when you see a lawyer, it tells you that I'm learned. It's in the sense that he knows virtually everything because he enacts law governing your economy. He's the one that enacts law governing your environment. He also enacts law governing even the medical practice. He enacts law governing even the journalism profession that you profess. He's a lawyer that makes a lot governing it. And then when you have an issue to be defended on issue of defamation as a journalist, now it is a lawyer that comes to court to defend a journalist when you have been accused of defamatory statement or you have published a defamatory material. So it is a lawyer that does that. So that's why we claim that we are learned. You guys are educated, no doubt. We allow you. Having passed the university, other 4 years or 5 years. I mean, you went to school. You read, you were educated. But when it comes to learning, they leave it for the lawyers. So as I said earlier, that was the reason why I had to go and read law. But these guys are very arrogant. Very arrogant. They can brag. They can make noise. Lawyer, you must notice a lawyer whenever he appears in any crowd and all that. They are too noisy. They brag a lot. They are so arrogant. That really put me off. I said, this law, I must go and read it also. And I must not be told that somebody is a liar and begin to brag in my presence.
Interesting. Interesting. Now, why do lawyers append the Esquire after their names?
Well, I think there are two professions that does that. I think it's an English inheritance. Accountants, they do it, and lawyers. But most importantly is lawyers. Aspire, they put it. I think it's a way of saying, I'm a gentleman. It boils down to that you're learned. When you put that you're learned, you're a gentleman. That you're a man of integrity. You're a man of honesty. There is a lot expected of you. And so to make lawyers to be special and mapped out, when they finish their name, they will put that name Esquire. If you read the history of how the name Esquire, came about also, it has to do with this issue of, of course, that lawyers weren't meant for poor people from poor family. For you to be a lawyer in England, you must come from a very well-to-do family. You must come from a well-known family whose antecedent, whose character, whose issue of reputation is well known. Law wasn't meant for the poor. And that's why when we were in law school, I remember vividly the law school director, Ibironke, he told us that if there is anything a lawyer should carry, it is his pride. It is his pride at any point in time. That is what we call professional arrogance. You must not be seen on Okada. If you are seen on Okada, you are going to be the best. if you jump Molue, and even when we are law students, and they told you also that if they find you in Molue, you can also not be called to the bar. That you must try as much as possible to tell your father or your mother or your uncle to get you a car, because you have entered into a profession that is not meant for the poor. So the man made us to feel that we're on top of this world, even when you have no cover in your pocket. That you must have some level of professional arrogance. You must not in any way debase yourself. That every other profession, whenever you appear, you must be on top of that profession. You must put them down and all that. So all these things, about lawyers, is about packaging. It's about aura. It's about aura. Making yourself look special and above every other person in the world and all that. So that's how this thing, came about. And I think it has to do with issue of integrity, issue of the fact that we are different from all others. That's why we add that name Aspire, to our names.
Interesting. So what separates Mondo Ubani from the other lawyers out there?
Well, every lawyer, honestly, must be an advocate of rights of citizens, must always be interested in fighting for the oppressed. If you go through the normal university that I went through and went through law school, all your life you must be on the side of the weak. You must be on the side of the oppressed. You must always ensure that things are done properly, because by virtue of training, by virtue of learning, you must always ensure that things are done properly, that there must be justice, because justice is what we study from beginning to the end, that justice must be not only be done, but must be seen to be done. And so in my own case, I took all that learning to heart, that I must be different from all others. I must insist things being done, better, differently. I must not follow the crowd in order to err. I must have a society all of us shall be proud of. I must not allow those in government to violate somebody's right and go scot-free, or go with level of impunity and brazenness in carrying out whatever responsibility has been placed upon that individual who is elected and all that. So what makes Ubani different is that I took to heart all the learnings. I took to heart what lawyers are supposed to be in the society. They are the light of the society. Bible says we are the light. A light cannot be hidden. Wherever you find yourself, you must stand out. As a professional lawyer, who must always insist on right of individual, who must insist there must be justice, who must insist on equality, who must insist on fairness. That is what makes Samuel from others who may not, mind, whatever they are. If I was elected, you refer me as the former chairman. That is a long time ago. I've moved on. I even went to become vice president of Nigerian Bar Association, the whole country. And presently, I'm holding a very important position in Nigerian Bar Association. I am the chairman of Public Interest and Development Law. That is a section that deals with the members of the public. That is a section that ensures that government do not violate people's rights. That is a section that ensures that there is good governance. It's a section that is interested in justice for everyone and all that. That is the section that I'm heading presently. So it's been my nature to be different from others in order to ensure that things are done properly. So that actually distinguishes me from all other persons who are lawyers, or from any other person who is a man.
Interesting. Now, as a lawyer, what would you say has been your greatest accomplishment?
My greatest accomplishment is that I'm a lawyer. Yes, because when I told my father, when I gained admission to study political science, that I told my dad I have gained admission, my father, the first question he asked me was, who is going to train you? So you can imagine, instead of telling me congratulations, he's asking me where are you going to get the money in order to go to university and all that. So for me to pass through this process of studying political science and then taking that particular bold step to change from political science to law, and studied and accomplished all that, and called to the Nigerian Bar and become a solicitor, an advocate of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, that again is really an accomplishment for me, because it gives me a voice. It gives me a voice to speak on behalf of the oppressed. It gives me a voice to speak on behalf of the people. It gives me a voice, to advocate on behalf of people in the court of law. So that gives me that, fulfillment in life. And then that also I'm a Christian lawyer. Oh, that makes it, double blessing and all that. So my accomplishment, my happiness, first and foremost, I'm a lawyer. I don't know why I would have been in Nigeria if I didn't read law. Maybe I would have been known as maybe a good political scientist or a mechanic that my father wanted me to be. A very good mechanic. If you let me, I would have been a good mechanic also. But I don't know whether my voice would have been here the way it's been here today if I didn't study law. So that accomplishment, being a lawyer, is something that I consider, I treasure it. But beyond all that, for the fact that today I have over 20 something workers that I pay at the end of the month, that I put food on their table, gives me, extra joy, and I don't care where you come from, whether you are Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, and all that. If you are very good and we have the same mindset, to pursue justice, and you are very good in what you are doing as a lawyer, I will take you and I'll work with you. So my happiness is so many, and there are cases God has also given me victory, in this country also. That is part of the joy that I have as a lawyer. So many things God has done for me that I look back and say, God, thank you very much for making me to be this. And it becomes an accomplishment to me.
Interesting.